What's going on, guys, girls? Rob here with you, along with Harris Jessup.
Hey guys,
Special Tuesday edition of Picks NFL Week 9 picks, along with the college. We got 8 top 25 games this week. We'll cover them in just a minute. Last week, how did we do with the college games? Um, let's see. Notre Dame destroyed Navy. Brian and no, I'm sorry, Rob and Tim. We both got that one right. Indiana beat Washington up badly by 14 points. Um, Brian, Keith, and Mike all got that one right. Illinois, Oregon. Oregon pounded Illinois. Rob, Harris, and Mike got that one. BYU, UCF. BYU rolled them. We all got that one. We all got that one right. Except, I'm sorry, all but Mike. Mike took UCF. That's right. Mike took UCF. So, Mike, you did not win that one. Texas A&M, LSU, the favorite won big by 15 there. So, Harris, Mike, and Keith all carried that one. SMU and Duke. We all carried with Duke. We liked the 10.5 points. We all did right there. All six of us across the board. Boise State, UNLV. Boise State wins by 5. They had to win by 3.5. All six of us across the board got that game as well. This week, some of the games are pretty good, but not the best in the world. Um, we'll end with the showstopper game of the week, but we're going to start with Duke at Miami. Miami, a 20-point favorite. They're trying to win the ACC. They've got a trip to Syracuse, but other than that, and a trip to Georgia Tech. But other than that, they don't really have a whole lot going on. This might be the one chance they could get beat. We'll see. Duke at Miami. Miami, 20-point favorite, 54.5. Harris.
yeah, they'll win this game. They're not going to cover 20. I got Miami 37-20.
So you say they won't cover.
Yeah, Miami's going to win this game 37-20.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. So
17 points.
Harris will take Duke and the under. Yeah, that's too many points. Too many points. Duke is a legit top 35 team in the country. They can play with most teams, and they've given every team they've played this year a hard time. Miami's not going even at home. Miami's not rolling teams. They're beating them, but they're not rolling them. And they're going to have a little bit of a problem with Duke. I think Duke could have I think Duke could have a lead in the second half, but Miami will stretch it out. Cam Ward, best quarterback in the country, 24-17. Miami wins. Duke will cover, and I will go with the under. All right, we're going to Texas A&M. Texas A&M is a 3.5-point favorite on the road. Going to South Carolina, 46 and a hook. Last week was the game we had to worry about with A&M, not this week. Carolina's lost 5 defensive players since the beginning of the year, 3 of them with season-out-long injuries. You cannot go with half your team being backups in the defense, especially when 3 of them are in the back 7. I think it's going to be just going to cause problems here. A&M's too good a team. 31-10. I'll take Texas A&M. I'll go with the under in this game. Harris.
I'm right there with you as far as A&M winning this game, but I'm going to go a little higher than what you did. I'm going to go 33-24. So I'm going to go with the over.
So Texas A&M and the over for Harris. Okay, we're coming back to Harris. Pittsburgh is heading to SMU. SMU looking for a bowl chance themselves. Big bowl, top 12. They're 7-point favorites. 59. Harris.
Yeah, this is a week that they could get tripped up. They could be looking past this game. I'm going to take Pitt in the upset, 23-20.
23-20. Pitt in the upset. I see the UPS man coming to my driveway. Yeah. So Harris will straight up take Pitt, and he will go with the under. Um, this is one I had to kind of think about for a little bit. But Pitt, um, their quarterback is having problems, and I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if it's physical, mental, what's happening. But that Pittsburgh quarterback, when your quarterback starts having problems, I start worrying. And I think SMU covers this game, but barely. 31-23, 54 points. I will take SMU and the under. Let me go get this package real quick. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, thanks so much.
Have a great day.
All right, appreciate it.
Good luck.
All right.
New game,
I could say something, but I'm not gonna say it either.
a new game,
Huh?
a new game.
No, it's Darling stuff. Her stuff. No new games. Not for me for a while. We're going to Oregon. 14 and a half.
Then you skipped the Ohio State, Penn State.
We'll get that last.
Okay.
Last. All right. We got Oregon, 14 and a half point favorites, going to Michigan, 45 and a half. I think it's my turn here.
Yeah.
Look, Oregon's number one in the country for a reason. They are playing lights out football. They're running the football. They're throwing the football. Michigan, on the other hand, they are starting to come apart, and they're scaring me big time. 2 more losses, and they're not going to be playing a New Year's Day. 1 more loss, they may not be playing a New Year's Day game. We'll see. 37-16, I will take Oregon here, and that's 43. So I'll take Oregon and the under.
I think with this game being played in Michigan, they're going to keep the game a little closer than what most people think. And just because I give you a 31-24 score, it might be 31-17 going into the last 10 seconds of this game, and they get that late score to make it close. But 31-24, Oregon.
All right, 31-24. So Harris will take Oregon. See, 30. Yeah, and the over. Oh,
Actually, I got Michigan in the over.
31. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Michigan in the over. Says it's going to be a little too close there. Too close for comfort. Next game, we got Texas Tech heading to Iowa State. Iowa State's a 14.5 point favorite, 57. It's all you, bud.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I got Iowa State 31-17.
So you'll take Texas Tech in the points.
And the over.
And let's see.
No, and the under.
And the under.
And the under.
Yep. I've got Iowa State 34-21. That's 13 points. So I will take Texas Tech as well. That's 55. I'll go with the under as well.
Hi, Harris.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I guess I'm better than I deserve right now.
We got Air Force going to Army. Army, a 23.5 point favorite. 41 is the total, folks. What's going on, Keith? Yep, Terry Garr did pass away. You're right. I heard about that just a few minutes ago. Army's a 23.5 point favorite, 41. And I like them by just that little bit more than that. 31-6. So I like them by 25 points. I think Army wins this ball game and wins it pretty handily, but I'll still go under the total of 41, even with a 23.5. Harris.
Well, I got Army going over the total themselves and actually winning by the total. I got Army 51-10.
51-10. Harris will go with the over. Next, we got Indiana, a 7 point favorite. They're undefeated, folks. They're going to Michigan State this week. 51 is a total. Harris, is this a slip-up game for them?
Yeah. Well, now we're going to go with the over on this game as well, and we're going to go Indiana winning big, 41-14.
41 to
14.
41-14, Indiana. So Harris likes the over here. And, Indiana, they seem to be the real deal. I'm going 35-10. I'm going under the total, but I will take Indiana in this ballgame. I like them pretty well here, so I like them there. Let me turn my volume up. All right. And finally, Harris. We'll go to Harris one more time. Ohio State, the big game of the week. 4-point favorites heading to Penn State. Is this a whiteout game? I think maybe it is a whiteout game. I'm not sure. Ohio State -4, Penn State. This is a day game, though. This is a day game. It's not a night game. Day game. I think it's 3:30. 47 points. Tell us about it, Harris. Who you like?
I kept thinking hard on this one. And you just don't have Ohio State as only a 4-point favorite going into Penn State. Something's wrong there. All right. I'm going to take Penn State to win this game. 31-30.
All right. He's going with the over. I think it's going to be a real close game, too. But I think it's going to be the lowest scoring game of all of them we've had so far. Ohio State 19, Penn State 14. And I've got Ohio State actually covering this game, and I will go with the under. All right, let's go check out last week's pro games. Harris won 11-5. Brian and Keith both won 9 games. Mike won 8. I won 7, and Tim won 6. And we'll take care of locks in just a little bit. So Thursday night, we'll start with me.
And I did nail a Kansas City score.
Okay. I don't write the scores, so but if that is, we can always listen to it. Yeah. Hold on just for a second.
You okay, Bob?
Yeah, I think so. All right. Here we go. Texans at the Jets. Jets 2-point favorites. Sunday afternoon, the Texans were a 1-point favorite. They have moved this scale 3 points the other way. 42, I don't see it. I'm going to go over the total in this ball game. I already took the Texans winning by 2. Now you're going to give me 2 points on top of that. I will take it. Rob will go 23-21 Texans and the over. Harris.
I'm going to go to Texans a little bit more than you did. I'm going to go to Texans 38-17.
All right, 38-17, and you like the over as well. Sunday, we'll start with the Saints and the Panthers. Saints, a 7-point favorite in this game. 43 and a hook.
Oh, me?
Yeah, man. It's all you.
It's going to be a close game. I don't think the Saints cover 7. They win the game. Saints win this game 24-23.
24-23. So Harris will take the Panthers and the over. You know what? I don't have as much confidence in Desmond Ritter. No, the kid. What's his kid's name? Not Desmond Ritter. The one for the Saints. I can't even think of his damn name. But he went from one team to another. I can't think of his damn name. But I don't have confidence in him at all. I just do not have any confidence in him. Look, Andy Dalton and Bryce Young, either one. I think one of them could put some points on the board for the Panthers. 7 points is ludicrous here. They've lost 6 in a row. I mean, this team has lost 6 in a row. The Saints have. Panthers have won since the Saints have. Think about that. It's going to be closer than that. 43.5. I'm gonna go under that total. I'm gonna take the Panthers to win the game outright, 20-18, and I will go under the total. Next,
Hey,
we have-
Rob, I need a minute.
okay, go for it.
Be right back.
All right, we got you. All right. Harris is going away for a little bit, just for a second. Okay, yeah, Spencer Rattler. That's right, Spencer Rattler. Yes, I shouldn't have picked Dallas. Keith shouldn't have picked Dallas last week. Yeah, they didn't hold form for you. Upcoming games we've got coming up now. We got the Commanders against the Giants. We got the Dolphins at the Bills. We got the Chargers at the Browns and the Patriots at the Titans. That's the upcoming game. So hang on to your hat for that. Harris will be right back. I will go ahead and start with this game. The Commanders at the Giants. Commanders are 3, and they just threw the hook on it today, guys. 3.5-point favorites. They've been 3-point favorites all week. They threw the hook on them. 43.5. And you know what? We know anytime they play the Giants, it's a close ball game. But the Giants, number one, they're coming off a Monday night loss to the Steelers. They lost a couple of their players in the process, and their quarterback still does not look very comfortable in the pocket. He just does not look right. I was just starting off with this one right here with Commanders and Giants. 3.5-point favorites. The Giants normally play them close, and they threw that extra hook out there on Monday. But you know what? The Giants lost 2 offensive players and 3 defensive players last night to injuries, and they went crawling off, and a couple of them didn't come back. You're playing on a short week. You're playing a Washington team that can stretch the field. They can actually stretch a field on you, and I don't care which quarterback. It's even been talked about that Mariota may start this week because I think he kind of messed with the injury a little bit, and he could have. But let's just say, for instance, Mariota starts this week. I still like him better than Daniel Jones. He's a marginally better quarterback. And then you've got all the talent that Washington has. They've got 3 running backs capable of running for 100 yards anytime. The Giants, I understand the Giants play up to their competition all the time. They didn't cover that quarterback Neighbors, I know. But I think Washington is a better team than they were last time. And they beat them last time by 3. 3.5, I'm going to give it up. I'm going to give it up here. I'm going to go 23-18. I think New York slows the Washington offense down, but the Washington defense, they're the ones that's not been getting any recognition in the last couple of weeks. They've played pretty well. 23-18, I will take the Washington Commanders, and I will go under the total. Harris.
It really don't matter who quarterbacks this week for Washington. As long as you can throw the ball 5 yards, which I think either you or I could do, and hand the ball off to running backs, Washington wins this ball game. Commanders 31-10.
Oh, 31-10. That's 41 points. He's still going under the total. So Harris likes the Commanders and the under. We go to the Dolphins now. They're heading to Buffalo. Buffalo is a 6-point favorite. And it's 50 is the over-under, my friend.
Yeah, I don't care how well Tua played last week. I still don't think he should be on the NFL field. The man really needs to step away for his own safety. That being said, regardless, Miami going to Buffalo. It's going to be the old Buffalo-Miami beat down, 38-24 Buffalo.
38-24. He likes Buffalo in the over. You know what? Tua is capable of putting points on the board. He almost helped them beat the Cardinals last week. First game back in a long time, like a year. And he almost helped them beat the Cardinals, who the Cardinals are actually playing pretty decent football right now. They're going on the road. The Bills have a couple of slip-ups right now. They got to work out some stuff. They've got to find a running back. If they don't find a running back, their quarterback's going to get killed before the end of the year. He took 3 good shots a week ago. The Dolphins are hitting. That's one thing they will do. They're going to lose this ball game, but I think it's going to be real close. Bills will barely cover this game. 30-23. I'll take the Bills. I think it's going to be closer than most people say. I'm going over the total. Next game, we got the Chargers, 2-point favorites, heading to Cleveland. And the total is 42 for this ball game. And I'll just start out. I'm gonna be straight with people. Why? Why are they 2-point favorites here? I saw Cleveland beat, and when I say this, they beat up the Ravens. They did not luck into that win. For 4 quarters last week, they beat the hell out of the Ravens. And how did they do it? They got to the quarterback, who was a lot more mobile than Herbert is, and they beat him down, and they beat that running game down. And then they were able to throw the top a couple times, but I just don't see the Chargers being able to do this against this Browns team. I don't right now with the Browns. To me, is a top 5 defense in the NFL. I think they're going to stop the Chargers cold. Don't forget they're at home in this ball game too. Yeah, don't get me wrong. The Browns are no world beaters yet, but their defense is 23-13. The Browns pull an upset in this ball game. I will take them straight up, and I will go under. Tell us why the Chargers are going to win there, Harris.
Because they got the better Harbaugh as a coach. Point blank. That beatdown last week started in the coaching staff. They were outcoached from the time they stepped onto the field. Chargers win this game 27-17.
27-17. So you're going to go
Over.
So you'll take the Chargers and the over. I got you. Patriots at the Titans. Titans are a 3.5-point favorites. 38's a total.
I can see this game staying under the total very easily. I hate taking the Patriots on anything, but with what I've got written down here, it looks like I got to. Titans 17-14.
Titans 17-14. So Harris is going to take your Patriots and go with the under. You know what? I don't like the Titans. Don't matter who they put out there at quarterback. Why didn't they keep the kid from Liberty? They might have had a chance. Because right now in Green Bay, he's going to be starting this week. Willis has played well this year, and they just did not give him enough of a chance to play. And they got rid of him. They shoved him to the side. I think they regret it now. I really do. This kid from Kentucky just does not impress me. When he came out, I knew he could throw the ball 70 yards. But damn, there's a lot of people throw the ball 70 yards. That don't make you a winner.
Kyle Bowler.
There's a lot of them. Hell, Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf could throw the ball 70 yards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he never won nothing. I'm going to take the Patriots straight up in this ball game. I think Love is much better than Willis. Well, right now he's not there because he's hurt. That's the thing. That's the problem. 20-16. I'm going to take the Patriots in this ball game. I'm going to go under the total too, but straight up, I like your Patriots. So you're going to give me 3.5 points. I will take them. Next game we go to is the Dallas Cowboys at the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons are 2.5-point favorites, 52, and I'm calling Vegas Fools right here. I'm calling Vegas Fools right here. I'm taking the Cowboys to win this game outright. Cowboys are going to win this ball game. They're the better team here, folks. Atlanta, their wheels are falling off a little bit too. Dallas played a proud game this past week. They almost won. They're going to play. They're going to play with pride this week. 27-15. Cowboys outright win this game. I'll go with the under. Harris.
I think you were looking at my sheet. I got Cowboys 27-17.
27-17. Harris goes that way, and he'll go with the under as well. Next, we have the Raiders. Raiders heading to Cincinnati. Cincinnati's an 8-point favorite. That's an update. They're up to 8 points now. 47 and a half. No, I'm sorry, 47 flat. 47 straight up, not 47 and a half.
I can see this line getting a 10 before game time. Cincinnati 31-13.
31-13. Harris loves Cincinnati. You guys saw me week 1, and I told you then Cincinnati's a fraud. They're 2-6 right now. They're a fraud. The Raiders they're just decimated. Plus, I think they got a coach that is gone very soon. Look, they're at home here. Cincinnati should blow them out the water. They're not going to cover 8 points. They're going to win this ball game, but they're not going to cover 8 points. And I'll tell you what, that Cincinnati coach may be on the hot seat before it's all said and done. I'll have them winning this game, but I'm going to take the Raiders on the points, though. 22-17, Bengals win, and I'm going under the total. Next, we got the Broncos going to the Ravens. The Ravens are 9-point favorites, and they are pissed around the gills. You can better believe it. 44 and a half. And I'll tell you what, the only thing I can wish here, I wish they were playing in Denver. I would love to see that. But they're playing in Baltimore. Baltimore does not lose at home very often. And 9 points spotted to a rookie quarterback, okay? Let's don't forget Bo Nix is a rookie quarterback. He's beaten some teams. He's not beaten this Baltimore team yet. They're going to have their hits in him. They're going to have their shots in him. And I'll tell you what, M&T Stadium is not a place you want to play in your rookie season. Bo Nix, I like you. I think you're going to be a real good quarterback. This week's not your week. I'm going to take your Ravens 27-13. They easily cover, and I'm still going under the total. Harris.
I like the Ravens with the 27. I'm all with you there. But this game's going to be a lot closer than what people think it's going to be. Okay, I like Bo Nix, and Denver will outcoach Baltimore and make this a close game. Unfortunately, I got to take the Ravens to win the game, but they will not cover the points. Ravens 27-24.
27-24, so you're going over the total. And you're taking the Broncos. All right. Here we go. Back to Harris now. The Bears, a 1-point favorite. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Bears at the Cardinals. The Cardinals are a 1-point favorite. I'm sorry. 44 and a hook.
Yeah, I've got both these right basically on the number. I got the Bears 23-21.
23-21. Harris will take the Bears, and he will go under the total by half. I'm just going the opposite way. The only reason is because they're at home. This might be a must-watch game because I think Williams has let them down a little bit this year. I really do. I think Williams has been a little bit of a letdown in the last. He didn't play good against Washington at all, and he was over on the sideline. He was one of them cheering, before the Hail Mary, but before that, he hadn't had a whole lot to say. He started running his yap about that time. He lost. I just think you got to keep your mouth shut until the game is over. Cardinals 23, Bears 20. Cardinals will win and cover the point. I'll go under the total. Did you go? You went under the total by half point, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Next game is the Jaguars at the Eagles. Eagles are 7-point favorite, 47 and a hook. And what better place to end a man's career than where he starts it? Doug Peterson, after this game right here, I thought he was going to get fired today. He still may, but it doesn't look like it. I'm going to predict next Monday he will get the axe. This is not going to be a ball game, folks. I'm sorry. You can put this in a whole big Sirianni ball of wax all you want to. You can make this all about Sirianni. He has a better quarterback. He's got the better running backs, and he's got the better receivers, and he's got the better defense. And they're playing at home on top of that. They slotted this game. They pulled this game from Sunday night to Sunday afternoon. This was one of them that got pulled back. This is a game that got pulled back from it. This was supposed to be the 8:20 game on Sunday night, and Eagles ain't gonna be happy about that either. 34-10. I will take the Eagles to win, and I'm still going under the total because I just don't have a lot of respect for the Jags offense. Harris.
I don't have a lot of respect for the Jags offense or their defense at this point. I'm going Eagles 39-17, and Peterson will be fired by halftime of the 8:20 game.
So he's going to take the Eagles, and he'll go over the total. Next, we got the Rams. Rams, who knows what their team's going to look like by Sunday. There's still some rumblings out there that some of the players may get traded. They're heading to Seattle. Seattle is a 1-point favorite at home. So actually, Vegas likes the Rams in this game, except the 3-point home. And then 48 a hook. Tell us about it. Let's see, is it my turn or your turn? Yeah, it's your turn. Yep.
My turn.
Rams at Seattle. Seattle's a 1-point favorite. Yep.
And I've got it right there. I've got Seattle winning the game 24-23.
24-23. All right. Let's see. Would you like to pop it one way or the other? Would you like to
That's what I'm looking at. Let's go 24-22.
24-22. So Harris will take the Seahawks, give up the point, and he'll go under the total. Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I think he win it by a field goal late. I think this is no. I think this actually could go overtime. It could be 17-17 overtime. Field goal wins it for Seahawks. I will take the Seahawks here, and I will give up the point, and I will go under the total. Next, we go to the last game. It's the last Sunday afternoon game, and it's going to be the Lions against the Packers. Like we say, Jordan Love is still a questionable right now. It's where they've got him at right now. I think they'll play him. And I think if they do, I think they're making a huge mistake here. The Lions are a better ball team. Boy, oh boy, I tell you what, you do not want to play the Lions when you're halfway or 70% or 60%. That's just not the way you want to see it. The Lions will outclass this team right here. This is one of my overs of the week. 33-17, Lions blow the Packers off the field in Green Bay.
Do you know how many people had the Lions written off after Adrian Hutchinson's injury? And look what they've done since. Next man up. And the Packers, that's their problem. They don't have that next man to step up. Lions 38, Packers 27.
38-27, so he's going way over the total. All right, Sunday night game. We got the Colts going to the Vikings. Let me turn this down just a little bit. She's on a meeting, so let me do that. Let's do like flat. Okay. Test me out there, Harrison. Test the volume.
You're good.
Okay, now I was listening to you. That's cool. All right, we're cool. We got the Colts heading to Minnesota. Minnesota coming off a 2-game losing streak. Vikings are a 6-point favorite here. Richardson looks like he is
out.
Is he out this week?
That's right. I heard somebody say he was
out. I thought I heard questionable still this week. I have not checked good. I think he's questionable though. He finished the game up Sunday.
Wait a minute.
I think he's a questionable. We're gonna find out right now, but I think he's questionable.
The Colts have decided Tuesday to bench Richardson and move forward with veteran quarterback Joe Flacco under center.
All right. Okay. So that's not a issue of injury then.
That's coach's choice.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something. We know as well as anything. If they come out there and play flat the first half, what do you think they'll do? They'll go right back to Richardson, and that's flip flopping with quarterbacks doesn't work too good unless your name's Pittsburgh. The Steelers have really come out pretty good with that one. Colts at the Vikings, 6.5 point favorite, 45. It's all you, brother.
It don't matter who plays quarterback this week for the Colts. It really don't. You said Minnesota's coming off a 2-game losing streak, playing at home. They still have the division in their grasp. All right, they don't want to lose that. 41-17 Minnesota.
All right, so Harris will take Minnesota and the over. He's got him winning by 14. I do too. I just think it's going to be a little bit lower scored game than that. And actually, I'm going to end up going under the total here. I'm going to take the Vikings 27. I think they're going to hold the Colts to 13 points this week. I will take the Vikings, and I will go under the total. We'll go into the Monday night game now. The Monday night, Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to the Kansas City Chiefs. 3 weeks ago, we looked at this game, and we like, wow, this could be a good game to watch. And now I look at this game and I see total blowout written all over it. Chiefs are 8.5 point favorites. They opened a week at 6, and now it's 8.5, and it could go as 10 or 11 before the end of the week. Wouldn't surprise me. And guess what? It's not going to affect my score at all. 44.5. Look, the Chiefs are hitting teams just at the right time, and they're hitting this Buccaneers team. What better time when they have no receivers to play? The quarterback he's out there flailing away out there, throwing the ball 30 times and throwing it to a tight end would start maybe for 4 teams, wide receivers that you never heard of. It's just, they're paddling and they're playing in water in the Gulf and going backwards, and they're just doing like that. It's not going to work out. 41-6. I'll take the Chiefs here in an absolute blowout. The Chiefs has got to get their offense going. What better way than if your defense can go 1, 2, 3 and out, 1, 2, 3 and out about 10 times, and it probably will happen. Harris.
Well, I can see the Buccaneers moving the ball a little bit, and I can still see a defensive score some way, somehow. So I'm going to go Kansas City 33-17.
33-17 is 48 points. So he will take Chiefs and the over.
33-17 is 50.
33-17 is 50. Oh, okay. Yep, you're right. You are correct. Let's go back and look at last week's locks of the week. Our locks last week. Here we go. Brian had Detroit. They won. Mike had Denver. They won. Harris had San Francisco. They won. Keith had Green Bay. They won. Rob had Kansas City. They won. Mike, he had Denver, and they did not. See, did Denver win? Denver won too. Oh yeah. Mike had Denver. That's right. Tim had Baltimore. That's what happened. Tim had Baltimore, and they didn't win. So Tim will have first picked tomorrow night with our locks of the week. So let me put locks down here, and we will put Harris right here. I will not take my lock right now. I'll wait till tomorrow night. Shoot us a team out there, brother.
I'm going to take the Chargers.
He's going to take San Diego. He's going to take the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers going to the Browns. I really, I was even considering maybe going against. I might go against him on that one. Take the Cleveland Browns in that ball game. Short program here. What we're going to do, as always, we got our top 3 and we got our bottom 3. Right now, let's go with our bottom 3 first. Harris, the 3 teams at the bottom that just to work.
Who else? Giants, And I still put the Jets down there.
Okay. I'm gonna take Carolina. Carolina's still got to be down there. They're just not playing real well at all. Carolina's just they're really, and I almost feel like putting the Saints down there. I mean, they're 2-6. They've lost 6 in a row. They're really not showing a lot of life, but I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna. The Jets would be easy to put down there too, but as soon as you put them down there, they'll go off and run 3 or 4 wins off in a row. The Browns is the easy team to put down there. But man, oh man, I tell you what, after the performance they had last week, I don't want to put them down there. The Patriots, as soon as we count them out, that's when they come out and they play pretty well. So I'm gonna go with these 3 teams, and you may not agree with me, but I'm okay if you don't. Miami is just a shambles right now. Miami is just a total shambles. They're playing like shit. I think they're going to maybe cover this week, but still, they're playing like garbage. So I'm going to take Miami. I'm going to take Carolina until Carolina gets their stuff straight. Tepper's going to be getting #1 picks, and everybody wants a quarterback. He better be ready to sell it and try to get some picks for it. But knowing them, they go out and get him a linebacker with #1 pick or some stupid shit. So we'll see what happens there. Just wouldn't be smart. And then I'm going to take the New York Giants. The Giants, to me, are capable. They're capable of beating anybody anytime. Hell, they went and beat the Seahawks in Seattle. We've all said, on the whole channel, we've all said, Seahawks is not a place you just want to just walk in there and just beat some team. They are for real. Even when they're not the best team, a lot of times that place just makes it hard to play. But man, oh man, the Giants look like they've lost so much soul and heart in the last few weeks. I'll go with the top 3. How about this? Top 3. I think you got to take Kansas City at #1. I really do. Kansas City, to me, they're impressive as shit. #2, you may not agree with me, but I tell you what, they're 6-2. Pittsburgh Steelers, they're playing their asses off. And guess what? They're playing better with Russell Wilson. They're playing better with Russell Wilson. And they've got 2 quarterbacks. I think they're in prime shape to go into the playoffs. If they're healthy, nobody's going to play that damn team. And they're going to get a game or 2 at home to get to play. And then #3, man, it's so easy to go all kind of directions and stuff. But I'm going to lean with you guys right now. I think I'll go with the Detroit Lions right now. They're playing really good. They're going to get tested now. They got some NFC North games coming up. They're going to get some testing going on, and we'll see what happens. But I'll tell you what, you're not going to want to play the best NFC North team, whether it's Minnesota, whether it's Green Bay, or whether it's Detroit. You don't want to play whoever the hell that is in the playoffs because they are going to.
If Chicago could get in, you got all 4 of them.
Yeah, Chicago.
You got all 4.
Yeah, Chicago's got one hell of a schedule coming ahead of them, though. That's the problem with them. They've got some tough games coming up, and they. Let's see, are they all? They're not off this week. Who are the Bears playing this week?
Well,
they got the Cardinals. I just worry about Williams. That's what I worry about with them right now. A rookie quarterback. People say, well, if you got 2 quarterbacks, you got 2 too many. Green Bay, they're set. They got 2 good quarterbacks, and if they play the hot hand, they're going to be okay. Washington, they're playing. They got an average quarterback, and then one that's can look up to the moon. And Mariota has been playing within himself to be able to get coax that team to wins. They're in pretty good shape. And then Pittsburgh, I mean, my Lord, what have we talked about for the last 3 years? They don't have a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback. Ever since Roethlisberger left, they haven't had a quarterback. Everybody wants to say, well, Kenny Pickett this, Kenny Pickett that. He didn't have this team behind him. But in fairness, I think they've moved up a notch with Russell Wilson. Is there any result this week that could get a coach fired? Yes. I think
Jaguars.
Huh?
Jacksonville.
I think so. I think what better place for him to get fired right there back home in Philly. I think he could real. I think he could really get it. Let's see who else might could get.
My top three were Kansas City, Detroit, Washington.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Kansas City, Detroit, So you got Washington up top three right now. They're playing pretty good ball. They are playing pretty good ball. I mean, hey, Keith has been telling me down in down in Louisiana, they're talking about getting rid of the Saints coach too. 6 losses. If they lose to the Panthers this week in Carolina,
He could be gone.
what better time than to get rid of him? And Daboll in New York, they're already jumping his ass. They're saying he's not a coach. He's not a coach. Washington beat them this week. That could be it for him.
Hey, not you're on head coaches. What do you think about the WNBA? Right now, there's 7 vacant coaching positions.
Really?
7 coaches have been fired out
Wow.
of 14, out of a 14 or 15 team league.
So half of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's, they got to play. Number one, you got to make playoffs in that league. You just got to make playoffs because
You got teams that were in the playoffs that have fired coaches.
really,
Yeah.
wow. Now, who's going to be the number one selection this year? They already?
I didn't really pay too much attention to it.
I haven't looked either.
But from what I understand, the Connecticut coach was fired so she could take the Indiana job with Caitlin Clark.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So she asked to be fired.
basically.
Wow. The Bears who could have had Quinn, Kingsbury, and Daniels instead of Eberflus, Waldron, and Williams. Well, the thing is, we'll see what happens about there. But I think you can mix that up a little bit. Let's say Daniels. Let's say Kingsbury was the offensive coordinator for the Bears right now. I still think Williams would have his problems right now. I really do. I don't think it's Kingsbury as much as it is the quarterback. Kingsbury's been offensive coordinators before and not had as much success as he's having right now. Now, Quinn has brought a defensive presence to the Washington team that they haven't seen in 20 years. Go for it.
Breaking news: Ravens acquiring wide receiver Deontay Johnson from Panthers.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I got you.
I just got that message.
Peter Schrager on the spot in Jacksonville is what they're saying. Feels that Jacksonville's quarterback may get Jacksonville coach may get another week to prove himself. Wow, that's just crazy. Like I say, it was rumored 2 weeks ago. We just don't know who's going to be the first one to get fired, but we do know one thing. We're halfway through the season now. This week, we're halfway through the season, and it's sure looking like a lot of good SEC teams may get left out of that top 12, and we're going to see what happens there.
Well, let's see what happens when they get left out. With the quality of that top 12 is.
Yeah.
That's
right.
It's going to be a small sample size this year. Next year, we'll get more of a judgment on it.
Right. And the thing is, teams like A&M, teams like a SMU, teams like a Clemson, who's probably not going to win their league. Right. Clemson could be the second team in the ACC behind Miami. Is Clemson a better pick than a 3-loss whoever in the SEC? SEC is just so good. They're so good that come on. Let me give you this one, Harrison. You tell me what you think. Let's say Miami had Alabama's schedule this year. Number one, first question for you: would they go undefeated?
No.
All right. Next thing for you. Would they lose multiple games over 2 games?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so too. It's a so I think you got to give this team. I think you got to give these teams an eye test and be like, okay,
I
who
mean,
do
just
I
think,
think could win?
Alabama's schedule is 7 games in the SEC.
Yeah, and uh, Bills, Steelers, Texans, and Chiefs in the AFC. That seems easy. NFC. Well, the thing is, right now, but the Steelers. They've got one hell. I mean, they've got one hell of a schedule coming up. They got the Commanders coming back off their bye next week.
You got the
You're
Ravens
not-
twice.
Huh?
You got the Ravens twice.
Yep, and they still got to play. They still got to play the Eagles too. I mean, that ain't gonna be no damn easy
Yeah.
game.
Matter
Yeah.
of fact, they're the only team in the NFL who's not played a division game yet.
Who, the Steelers?
Yeah.
Yeah. So think about that. They got 2 against the Ravens. They got 2 against the Browns. The Browns ain't gonna be folding over for them. The Bengals, they always play them tough. That's 6 games, and then they've got the and then they've got the Eagles and Washington. That's their schedule. So that is not. I mean, that's a murderer's row right there. If you want to talk about it, now Washington, they've got one coming up too. They played the Giant. They're playing the Giants this week. Then they're playing the Steelers off of their bye. Then they've got the Cowboys. Then they've got the Eagles. That's the next 4 weeks for them. Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. The Giants, man, the Giants are like so many of the Giants and Seahawks and about 5 other teams. You just don't know who's showing up week after week.
Right.
Atlanta at home. Atlanta threw a 50 spot on somebody that 1 week. I forgot who it was. And then some other teams have come in there and just beat the crap out of them. It's just
And the Seahawks lead the league in that category,
what's that?
not knowing what team's going to show up.
Yeah, they are.
All right.
So I'll tell you what, for Harris, my name's Rob. Harris couldn't make it tomorrow night, so my friend, I'm glad we was able to do this today.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Have a great week. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow night, and you'll get my numbers the second time around. All right. Great week. God.
Everybody have a safe Halloween.
Bye bye.
Later.
Yeah, Halloween. Happy Halloween.